From Hampton High School, WHCS Cable Channel 46 presents Peninsula District Baseball. The Kecoughtan Warriors and the Hampton Crabbers. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to Hampton High School on a beautiful early spring day for the battle between the Hampton Crabbers with a record of 3-3, taking on the Kecoughtan Warriors with a record of 4-1. Today's contest brought to you by Zooms with 6 convenient Peninsula locations and in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, where the manager is Nancy Staten. Well, you're watching the warming up of Mike Williams, the starting pitcher for the Hampton Crabbers, and David Jenkins will be his battery mate. Bob, our first spring sport. It looks like we had a great afternoon for it.
No, that's not David Jenkins. Jenkins is the catcher for Kecoughtan.
I'm sorry. I'll get it right yet. Justin Vise. I looked at my wrong roster. Justin Vise and Chris Avery. Excuse me.
There you go.
Reverse the order.
Tim, we will pick a player of the game from both of these teams this afternoon. That player will receive a plaque and a shirt. Plaque comes from Engraving Inc. They're located at Route 17. And for all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 596-8850, Dave Buckwalter's owner. The shirt comes from Islander Sporting Goods. They're located in Kecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with the full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment, uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
All right, our leadoff batter is Jacob DiCarlo, number 5, the DH. And the first pitch is a call strike. Our plate umpire, Mick McCullough.
Number 8, 32 years Mick's been doing Peninsula District baseball. I told him he's twice as old as most of these players. Oh, no, not twice as old. He's been doing this twice as long.
And on the bases, Nikki Hartzheim will be the base umpire. Foul ball as DiCarlo hangs in there with a 0-2 count.
I tell you, we want to send our best wishes out to Coach John Green, the Kecoughtan Warriors head coach, is in the hospital having some little problem with his diabetes. We hope and pray everything works out and get him back real quick.
Hit sharply up the middle.
Oh, nice stop
by the shortstop. Long throw in time on a very nice play by Chris Boyd, making the stop at shortstop and throwing out DiCarlo for the first out.
In coaching for Kecoughtan, they brought the JV coach up, Mike Harper, who's the head coach. He's assisted by John Rayner, Randy Morse, and Paul Rowe. And, of course, over at Hampton, we have Danny Mitchell. I don't know who his assistants are, but if I find them, I'll give them to you.
Speaking of John Rayner, that is the batter right now. He is the shortstop for the Warriors. One down here at the top of the first. Williams working quickly, hits the ball again to the shortstop. And over to first, just nicked him in time. Good arm by the shortstop, Chris Boyd, as he's thrown out the first 2 batters. Oh, I got to get my numbers straight here, Bob. I got them all juxtaposition because that's Nolan Cutler playing shortstop.
That's what I thought.
Oh, sure, now you tell me. But I got my numbers. See, these 6s and 5s.
Are you trying to tell me you're a little weird today?
My numbers are weird. There's 6 and there's 5. Okay, we got 2 out. I do know that this is Randy Morris, number 9, the right fielder, at the plate. 2 outs, 1-1 the count. Kecoughtan at bat, top of the first. Justin Vise working quickly. And a changeup for a swinging strike. Ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Eric Shirley. Should Randy Morris keep this inning alive. And he hits this one to left field. And the left fielder, Mark Thompson, makes the grab for the 3rd out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Justin Vise.
Hey, Tim, that was a pitcher's dream. He threw about 5 or 6 pitches, and that was it. I want to let the fans know about the school systems, Cable Channel 46, who we are with here, the Hampton City Schools Cable Channel Station WHCS 46 won a top award in the advertising field. The station received a Bronze Telly Award for the video call Past, Present, and Future. The award recognizes outstanding non-network and cable TV commercials, and it has become a highly respected national competition. WHCS, under the direction of Scotty Bowers, won in the public relations category of video, film, and program. Participants in the contest get rated as finalists or winners based on a point score. WGH was recognized as a finalist. Less than 10% of the entries for the contest receive recognition. So a lot of attaboys and our hats off, and congratulations to the crew and Scotty and all his people. Great job.
So you're saying you really need to be in the top 10% in order to get recognized, right? So you're ahead of 90% of the field.
Well, this crew can do it.
All right, we're just about set for the bottom of the first, and the pitching tandem, Mike Williams on the mound, and
this is just his second start, Tim.
David Jenkins is his battery mate.
Yeah, no, David, I know David, young man, had been in our church for a while, good athlete, but Williams pitched only one other game. I think that was the coach telling me it was at Phoebus, so this is only his second start of the year.
Of course, the season is relatively young.
Well, Danny said they play about 5 games in 5 days because the rain will mess you up.
Leadoff batter for the Crabbers, Mark Thompson, the left fielder for Danny Mitchell's Hampton Crabbers. Left-hander Williams. First pitch is on the corner for a strike. No score here in the bottom of the first inning.
Well, they've got this Chris. Who we got here? Mark they got him. He's just a sophomore, Tim. 5'3". Tough to pitch to.
Yeah, well, Williams is making a nice job of picking the corner. He's had 2 on the outside corner in a row. So Thompson steps out, looks down at the third base coach, Danny Mitchell, and gets the signal. Left-hander delivers strike 3. So talk about efficiency. 3 pitches and 1 out. So Chris Avery, the catcher, will come to the plate.
I believe, Tim, that Danny told me this is valedictorian of the Hampton class this year.
First pitch is a little low for a ball. Crowd still filing in here at Hampton High. Field looks to be in great shape.
It really is compared to all the games. He's played 5 games here in a row. This is the 5th game in a row.
1-1 the count after they call strike.
Talked to Danny earlier. We got a backdoor cold front slipping in here, and the temperature is going up and down like a yo-yo.
It's comfortable right now. This is a beautiful afternoon. Sun is shining, and temperature, I guess now, is probably in the upper 60s, low 70s. Yeah. It was downright warm earlier.
Well, I can tell you we've done a lot of games this time of year and have had on long shirts and jackets.
Looked like a knuckler. Down the third baseline. Long throw, easily in time. On a nice play by Eric Shirley. So 2 up, 2 down, and it'll bring up the pitcher. Now, do I pronounce his name correctly? It's Viaz?
Viaz.
Okay, Justin Viaz. Wasn't even close. Might as well call him Smith.
He had the V right.
Justin Viaz swings and fouls back to the catcher. So Williams is ahead quickly, 0-1.
The coach down there on the first baseline for the Hampton Crabbers, that's Ostenfeld. He's the JV coach for the Crabbers.
Ostenfeld?
Uh-huh.
Well, that name is too unusual to have a coincidence like his son might have played for Bethel. That one is hit to right center. That may drop in. It's going to be back against the fence.
And that's going to be extra bases. That could be 3.
And it'll be a stand-up double for Viaz on a beautiful hit to the gap. I remember the Noschenfeld that played for Bethel and he went on to play semi-pro at least. I don't know if that's the same family or not. In any event,
batting .471, Justin.
Justin. Well, he didn't hurt his average on that one.
No, he sure didn't.
All right, Nolan Cutler comes to the plate with a man on second and 2 out here in the bottom of the first. Takes a change-up for a call strike. What's Cutler hitting? You have a statistic on him?
Yeah, I got Cutler's 222.
Early in the season. From the stretch, Williams checks the runner. This one's fouled out of play. That'll be in the woods and never to be found again. That may have even made the interstate. You know, I just realized that. I'm sorry, say that again, Scotty? Yeah. How did Scotty know I hit a golf shot like that?
Love it. Love it, Scotty.
Did you tell him? I've been known to foul.
Said a word.
I've been known to foul a few off. Come in. Oh, a check swing. Did he hold up? No, he did not. So Williams is able to strike out Cutler to end the first inning. So the Crabbers get a hit and they leave one on. And after one complete, it's no score from Hampton High School.
Well, Tim, Zooms is going to give an award to the senior on the baseball, softball, soccer teams this year that has demonstrated academic excellence, and these players receive plaques at a school board meeting after the season's over. We want to thank David Allen at Zooms and for all their continued support of WHCS and our student athletes. And the 2 young men today that will receive it is Chris Avery, if I am correct, and Sean Rowe. Sean, of course, at Kecoughtan, Avery at Hampton.
So we move to the top of the second inning. I want to mention our good friends at Zooms. Scotty, we're not able to hear you very clearly, Scotty. I'm not sure whether your volume can be raised or not, but we're only hearing you barely. Is that the same thing you're experiencing, Bob?
Yeah, absolutely.
In any event, we have enough sunlight here that we cannot make out our monitor. That's one of the disadvantages of being outdoors, although
I can see the shadow.
Yeah, I can
see. That's me.
That's you.
There we go.
Let's see who we got. We got full complement of camera people now.
Yeah, we got Susan on top of the truck. And
Susan Bowers, Nathaniel Braxton, and is that ESPN Ron Baton?
That's him. Got Scotty in the truck. We got Don Trouse, the engineer.
Third baseman.
That's about it we got today. We're missing a couple, but
Eric Shirley leading off the top of the second. Swings and misses on the first pitch. Fouls that one back. So quickly, Viaz is ahead on the count. 0-2.
What's Eric playing?
Eric is playing shortstop, third base, third base. Hear a little wind in our microphones. The breeze is kicking up every now and then. And you're right, we must be right underneath that front, because 1 minute when the sun is out, it's warm, and the next minute it feels like someone pulled the plug on the heater or something.
Yeah.
So Shirley is a strikeout victim to lead off the second inning. It'll bring up the catcher, David Jenkins. Warriors have been set down in order now, the first 4 batters. Jenkins will try to change that. Takes the first pitch high and outside.
The young man is also batting right at the same level that Justin is, .471. Justin, of course, for the Crabbers, and young David is just a sophomore.
Swing and a miss. I remember Viaz from last year. He's been very effective for the Crabbers. Right-hander winds. This one's low in the dirt. 2-2. Or have I missed a count? I've got it.
2-1.
Thank you, Mick. 2-1. I was trying to put one more strike up there. Now it's 2-2. I had this clairvoyancy thing going on.
If you can believe that. I got some land in Florida.
She doesn't know anything about it. And a swing and a miss. So
Yeah,
strikeout number
strong.
2. So Sean Rowe, the aforementioned scholar athlete. I think you said he is going to be he's got the best GPA on Kecoughtan, right?
Most certainly does.
He is the center fielder. Viaz winds and delivers strike at the knees. My kind of pitcher. Doesn't waste a lot of pitches, isn't all over the place. He's right in the strike zone. He'll make you hit it. Ooh, just a little low. Viaz liked that one. He says, I wanted that one. Kind of a grin on his face, like, or almost a grimace, if you will. Working quickly. Now he throws a little high, so 2 balls and 1 strike. With 2 outs here in the top of the second. No score between Hampton and Kecoughtan. This one's fouled out of play. Evens the count at 2-2 with 2 out in the second. 2s are wild.
Well, that breeze has definitely got a chill to it.
Should Sean Rowe keep the inning alive, on deck is Mark Mahaffey. In the dirt for ball 3. Nice stop. And a catcher. You know, I've talked about it over the years. Haven't got enough money to make me play that position. Swing and a miss as Viaz strikes out the side. Impressive here as there are 6 up and 6 down for the Warriors. So after 1.5, no score from Hampton High School. Hampton coming to bat. Started to talk about Zooms with their 6 convenient peninsula locations. Of course, they've got that Citgo gasoline. Got your Beantown coffee, your fried chicken, potato wedges, Krispy Kreme donuts.
And they have a stool at the one that says Tim's Stool.
There you go. When I walk in at Newport News, they know me.
They said, I don't know why they get in that stool. Because they never know when you're coming by, do they?
There's right. Just got my name on it. Just for those of you that may not be familiar with the rules in high school baseball, of course, all the rules are the same in baseball in general, but the game length is a traditional 7-inning game. And, of course, extra innings if the ball game is tied after 7, but it is not a regulation 9-inning game per se. So the Crabbers, who did have the only base hit of the ball game, they have no runs on 1 hit, will send Vasquez. Fernando Vasquez will come to the plate. He will be followed by Chris Hamilton and David Hunt. Left-hander delivers, hit to the left side of the infield. Stopped by the shortstop. It'll be a long throw and not in time. That'll be an infield hit for Vasquez.
That was a tough throw for the shortstop over there. I mean, he's going to his right and has to stop, plant, and come back and put some zip on that ball, Tim. He got a good jump on the ball, but just too far in the hole.
And good speed by Vasquez, too. So.
Well, yeah, that didn't hurt.
So the Crabbers have the second base runner of the ball game. And the batter is Hamilton. He fouls off the first pitch as he squared around to bunt and tried to advance Vasquez. So 0-1 the count. Williams, left-hander from the stretch, checks the runner. Hamilton showing bunt all the way, takes the pitch high. 1-1 the count. Williams delivers, swinging, foul, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
A little change up there. Everybody looking for the bunt again.
Yep.
With just 1 strike. Now you're looking for him to hit away because of the. You want to foul on a bunt or you're out.
Change up, and it just missed. Looked pretty good.
Oh.
Must have just missed the outside corner. Two and 2. Vasquez takes the lead and just off the plate again. So Williams has just missed the last 2 pitches by just a narrow margin, just off the plate. Full count. Foul, out of play. Runner was going on the full count.
Well, it's not a bad move because if it's hit into the infield, you got a chance to beat it out. And if it's in the outfield, you got a chance for extra bases.
Stay away from that double play if possible.
Yeah. I look for him to go again now.
And he fakes this time. This time the ball is hit to left field. And under it and making the grab for out number 1, that was Ben Allen making the grab in left. So 1 out, and David Hunt, the first baseman, will come to the plate. Vasquez at first.
Oh, nice bunt.
This is going to be tough. Oh, and the runner is hit. And a play at third, safe at third as Vasquez advances to
the
third.
Player's out at first, I think Mick is calling. And the runner's got to go back to.
Well, you know, I'd love to have Mick explain why the runner is out, because he was running straight down the base path. He was
I thought
literally right down the chalk line. But he's going to rule, and Danny's going to ask him about it. So the runner cannot interfere with the catcher's ability to throw to first, but he was running straight down the path. He was not, wasn't on the inside of it, wasn't on the outside of it. No, and again, we can't see our screen here, and we don't have that shot.
No.
We would not have that shot under any circumstance because we don't have a camera that would be going down the line. But Danny, and I think he's got a legitimate complaint here, quite frankly. The runner was now maybe I don't understand the rule, but to your sight line, Bob, was he not running straight down the base path on the chalk?
If he was off of it, he wasn't but an inch or 2.
All right, well, David Hunt will be out. I'm not sure how they rule that. So Danny's still stressing his case and making sure everybody's on the same page here. So Hunt is out for out number 2.
And the runner advances to second, but doesn't get to go to third.
Now I'm gonna write it down as interference, catcher interference, or runner interference.
Well, if you're going to score it, I guess you would score it 1-3. The only thing I can think.
It would actually be 2. Wasn't it the catcher?
I'm sorry, yeah, 2-3.
2-3. First pitch is a strike. Vasquez did move to second. There are 2 out, and the batter is the right fielder, Brandon Jackson. Vasquez is on second. Scoring position with 2 down. Change up, and had Jackson wanted that one real badly. That thing looked like a beach ball by the time.
I'm sure it did, but David Jenkins did a great job of taking that ball out of the dirt that time.
He did. He sure did.
Because that could have been a pass ball, which would advance that runner.
So Williams ahead of the count, 0-2, and comes back. This one's going to be caught by the second baseman on a nice play by the Warriors, Zach Rotten. So lining out to end the inning is Brandon Jackson on a controversial play. And I will only say that the runner was clearly straddling the white line. Now, whether does he need to be on the outside of that line, maybe that's the case. I'm not sure. I'm going to ask. You want to fill in for me? I'm going to go down and ask Mick just exactly what the ruling.
Yeah. Well, we're getting ready for the warm-up. Again, just want to remind everybody we will play. We recognize a player of the game from both of these teams. They receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from Engraving Inc. They're located in Taft Square, and the shirt comes from the Island of Sporting Goods, and they're located in Pecoughtan. And on our schedule, we have a Friday game, to April the 13th of soccer, but might be a conflict there. The schools don't have it, but I will see. But Friday, April the 20th, Bethel at Kecoughtan softball. Soccer again on the 25th of April on Wednesday. Baseball on Friday, May 4th, we will have Phoebus at Bethel High School for baseball. And then Wednesday, May 9th, softball, Phoebus at Hampton, which is played at Lindsay Middle School. What'd you find out?
Oh, hey, I went right to the horse's mouth.
I know you did. You went to the guy who's got 32 years experience here in the peninsula.
There you go. The rule is that the runner must be on the right side of the base path.
Which he was not on the right side of base path.
No, he was not. He was straddling it as the Warriors leadoff batter Mark Mahaffey singles to right for their first base hit.
Is he first base? What's his position?
First base.
Well, I was right.
1B.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't always go with that.
But at any rate, and I didn't understand the rule, and I appreciate Mr. McCullough explaining that to us. And that is the ruling: is you cannot be on or inside of that baseline, or you are interfering with the throw. He had to be on the outside of it, and he was not, and that was the right call from our angle.
We got Ben Allen. He's the third baseman.
Ben Allen is the left fielder.
Left fielder, see. Now, if I'd gone by this, you'd say, see?
One on, nobody out here in the top of the third. And he did go around. They say, yes, throw down to first is not in time. So the count is 0-2 to Ben Allen. On deck is Zach Routen. Warriors with a runner on first. First base runner after Viaz had retired the first 6 in a row, including the last 3 in strikeout fashion. Over to first, not in time. Fouled out of play. No score here in the top of the third inning. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz and the Channel 46 crew coming to you from Hampton High School. This game videotaped on the 7th of April, 2001. Change up and got him to go for it, and he is out, strike 3. So the strikeout recorded. That's the 4th of the ball game by Viaz. And with one down, now Zach Routen will come to the plate. Second baseman. Got a batting average for Mr.
I'm going to get
Mr.
all that
Routen.
the next time they come up to bat.
Oh, okay. Don't want to use it all.
I don't want to use it all up.
There you go. See,
I don't have anything to talk about.
That doesn't hurt to repeat that stuff. We got a crowd here this afternoon enjoying the beautiful weather. Bob has taken his jacket off and put it on 3 or 4 times since the first pitch.
I get cool and I don't. So.
Ball, no strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Top of the order due up after Roughton. This one's fouled out of play. I tell you, that backstop saves a lot of balls going onto the interstate.
You got that right.
Now, I saw us coming down here, and I thought this was just about where the field would be, and I can imagine going about 55 along there and seeing a baseball come out of nowhere. You have to wonder how many times someone's. I think it just could be serious stuff.
I remember when at Hampton High, at Hampton Golf Course, there when they used to have that par 4 instead of a par 3, and people get up there and hit and curve the ball and slice it onto the interstate. And
not a good thing.
No. One time it happened, and the patrolman came down to the clubhouse, got a hold of Jim Marks, said, "You're going to have to stop those guys hitting." He said, "Wait a minute, we were here long before you guys were." The golf course been here a long time.
Ooh, call strike, caught the inside
corner.
So the count is run to full now on Roughton. Full count with 1 out. Haffey on first. And this one is hit to short center field. This is going to be a tough play
to get in. He got it.
He came in and made a nice grab. Looked like the wind might have held that ball up, and that was a big help there, because otherwise that ball drops in.
That was Vasquez making that running catch. Fernando Vasquez.
And the top of the order now will come up, the DH, as you watch the replay, I think. This is Jacob DiCarlo. He was a ground out victim in the first.
He's batting .277.
Oh, now you bring out the stuff.
Yes, sir. I'm going to bring him out now.
Ball's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and advancing to second is Mahaffey. So that was a, I would guess if I had to call that one, I'd call that one a wild pitch. It was in the dirt, and Chris Avery did as good a job as he could to keep it in front of him, but couldn't prevent the runner from advancing. So 2 down, now the Warriors with a runner in scoring position. This one is hit sharply in the hole. That'll be a base hit. And it's going to be a run, because Mahaffey will score easily, as the ball was mishandled, but I think he would have scored anyway.
I think he would have too. It might have been close, but a great throw would have got him. But nice job that time by the batter, DiCarlo, the DH. He had 7 RBIs coming in. He now has 8.
This will bring up the shortstop, John Rayner, who grounded out in the first, 0-1.
John's batting .211, and that's a little old blooper.
This one is going to drop in.
Yeah, the low Texas leaguer.
One of those betwixt them. So the Warriors keep the rally going, as they've got runners at first and second with 2 out.
That gives him 5 hits for the year. He had 4 to that point. So
Warriors shut down 6 in a row first 2 innings, but have come up with 3 base hits and a run here in the third.
And this is Randy Morse. Randy is batting .400, right on it.
He flied out in the first inning, so he's due.
Let me tell you a little bit about the GPAs or the Kecoughtan.
What does GPA stand for?
Grade point average.
Oh, okay. Swing and a miss.
But if you took all of them, they got a 396, 371, 387, 385, 30, 338, 367, 230, 417, 335, 297, 301, and 3.2. Tim, we're talking an average of over 3.3.
Ball hit to right field, and the right fielder, Brandon Jackson, under it to make the grab for the 3rd out. But not before the Warriors get 3 hits and 1 run. And they, after 2.5 innings now, lead 1-0 over the Hampton Crabbers.
Who we got coming up?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
On deck and batting and all that stuff.
Flip my chart over here. We're going to Crabbers will lead off with the number 9 batter, Chris Boyd, the 3rd baseman. And then the top of the order, Mark Thompson and Chris Avery for the Crabbers. Sun is back out. Jacket is off.
Jacket's gonna stay off. That just feels so good.
It's pretty out here. Donna did have a suggestion for me, something about my hat for my head. Left in the car.
I'm glad my glasses turned dark. But when I'm around you, they get dark quicker.
That's right. I'm a radiant person.
Yes, you are.
Crabbers in the first 2 innings did have a base runner in each of the first 2 and unable to score. So Chris Boyd will lead off. And then the top of the order, Thompson and Avery for the Crabbers. Trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Scheduled for 7. Williams, the big left-hander, delivers and gets a ball just outside. That one's down a pipe.
It looked good, didn't it?
1-1. Outside and high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Just outside. So the Crabbers trying to get the leadoff man on. 3 balls and 1 strike. Chris Boyd, the batter. Hit to the right side. First baseman will make the grab, and he will make the play unassisted for out number 1. So now the top of the order will be there. Mark Thompson, who was a strikeout victim in the first.
Batting .250, Tim. Has 16 at-bats this year. Just a sophomore, 5'3", 140.
Yeah, he's a little guy. He's one of those guys that, as a pitcher, I hated to pitch against. He's got a strike zone of about 6 inches.
Well, I tell you, he's got the corner picked out for this young'un. That's 3. I know the first 2 pitches he threw to him got the outside corner.
So Williams ahead on the count. Fouled out of play. 0-2. That one will not make the interstate. So Williams is quickly ahead of the number 2 batter of the inning. On deck is Chris Avery, the catcher. And a changeup got away from the catcher. And that will require the throw down to first and give an assist to the catcher. So strikeout and a throw out. Second time Thompson goes down swinging. And with 2 out, Chris Avery, the catcher, is the batter.
Avery's a senior, 5'10", 170.
Change-up is low.
Well, I got him for 4 hits this year, but my batting average didn't come out very good.
Not too well. No, you usually get more than 0 0
4
zeros.
of 16 looks like about 200, 240, something like that.
Call strike on the corner, evens the count at 1-1. Williams working quickly. Swing and a miss. I like these pitchers that work quickly.
Yeah.
Watch the major leagues. I love baseball, but I tell you, just sometimes it's like 3 minutes between pitches. It's just it's ridiculous. Games are all over 3 hours long. That one's in the dirt. Get away from the catcher, Avery. It's a swinging strike, and he's going to make it to first. So I'm not real good at scoring, but my understanding is that will be considered a strikeout and an error. Is that how that works?
Strikeout and error on the catcher is what the official over here on my right. So.
I'd almost call that one an E. I'd call that an E1 because that one was a tough ball to. I would have made that a wild pitch, but that's just me. That's why baseball is fun. Everybody has a different
if it couldn't be too wild, he swung at it.
That doesn't change anything. You never saw me bat.
Well.
So Avery is on after the error, and Diaz, the pitcher,
batting .471 prior to that hit he got today. So he has 9 hits, Tim. 4 RBIs.
Or is that 4 RBI?
Whatever. And he's a senior, 5'10", 180.
He hits it again. It hits it a ton to right center. But the right fielder is back and makes the grab near the fence. So Diaz got all of it, but the right fielder was able to corral it for the 3rd out. So the Crabbers get a base runner on the error, but are unable to capitalize. And we've played 3 complete now, and our score after 3 is Kecoughtan 1 and Hampton 0. Kecoughtan, of course, suffered their first loss of the season yesterday, 3-2 at the hands of Woodside. For their very first loss, and they'd like nothing better than to bounce back this afternoon and keep the winning ways going. Let's see, top of the 4th for the Warriors, and they will be bringing up the middle of the order. Eric Shirley will be leading off. He'll be followed by Jenkins and Rowe, the scheduled batters in the 4th inning for Kecoughtan.
Well, I want to thank Paul Rowe, Tim, for giving me all these statistics for the Warriors. When he came here, I said, "You got stuff for me, Paul?" And he says, "I do?" I said, "Well, that's what I told you." He said, "Nobody told me." So anyway, he got it together, got me everything, got me the GPAs, plus all this updated statistics. So I do appreciate that. And again, I also want to thank Danny Mitchell with the Crabbers, head coach, and just does everything. He's been over here working on his field, Tim, since 8 this morning. He has not been home, so that's why it's in such good shape.
Well, now, you know, when we've done games here before, I remember that Danny takes great pride in making sure this field is as in good a shape as it can be, and it looks marvelous.
For as much rain we've had this year, and as much traffic it's had in the last 5 days, 5th game in 5 days, it really does look good.
All right, so Eric Shirley is our leadoff man. He was a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning.
Shirley batting .666, Tim. 15 at-bats, had 10 hits. Man, that's good. He got 6 RBIs.
And swinging at the first pitch, hits it down to 3rd baseline. Long throw is in time for out number 1.
I should have put my jacket back on again.
Oh, it's not that. It is up and down.
Yes, it is.
David Jenkins is your batter. He, along with his other 2 teammates in the 2nd inning, all 3 were strikeout victims in the 2nd. So
471 Jenkins coming into today's 3 RBIs, 8 hits.
Takes the first pitch for a called strike. On deck is Sean Rowe.
David, just a sophomore. Tim, they're going to have him 2 more years at Kecoughtan, and you know they're tickled about that.
Swing and a miss on a fastball by Diaz. He's ahead quickly, 0-2. And strike 3 called right at the letters. So Jenkins is a 2-timer. He's a 0-for-2 in the strikeout department. And that brings up Sean Rowe, who was the strikeout victim in the 2nd inning.
Well, I'm going to mention Sean's GPA because his dad gave it to me. So I'm assuming he got 417, batting .250, Tim.
417.
4.17.
Got those
weight. You couldn't even add that.
Weighted.
I mean, we'd had trouble in high school.
Took 2 years and put them together. Again, Diaz working quickly and quickly ahead, 0-2. Boy, I tell you, you know, just can't put enough importance on pitching ahead in the count. This one hit to right center, and the center fielder comes over to make the grab. So Viaz, after a little bit of trouble in the third inning, has no trouble in the fourth as he retires the side in order. 1, 2, 3, and he's had no problem with those three particular batters. He has either struck them out or got them to be outs in both times they were up.
Let me see what we got here. For Mike Williams, got a ERA at 2.8, Tim. He's got 9 strikeouts, 1 walk.
Who are you talking about? I'm sorry, your audio.
Mike Williams, the pitcher.
Keep losing.
Just giving him a little, yeah, it's in and out there.
Well, that's the first time that happened. If you watch some of the replay there, we can faintly make out some of the picture. Looked like the replay of the third out. And you want to grab your jacket again? Temperature is definitely...
if I put it on, the sun will come out.
Well, put it on. I'm working on my tan here. All right, for the Crabbers in their half of the fourth inning, they will send to the plate. At least scheduled to be there is Nolan Cutler, Vasquez, and Chris Hamilton. Vasquez has one of the 2 Hampton hits this afternoon. It's been a very well pitched game so far. Both pitchers very much in control of this game.
Yes, they are.
That's the way Rita likes them.
Nolan, senior, 6'2", 15, batting .222. On base, it averages .316.
All right, Cutler up for the second time in the ball game. He is 0 for 1, a strikeout victim in the first. Takes the first pitch, and it's high and outside for a ball. Bottom of the fourth, Kecoughtan 1 and Hampton 0. This one is hit to short center
might
field.
Fall in, but no, center fielder got a good jump on it.
And that center fielder was Sean Rowe. So Cutler, 1 pitch, and he flies out.
Fernando Vasquez, senior, 5'9", 165.
You watched the replay of the catch in center field for the first time.
Batting 200. Went fishing for that one.
Yeah, that one really had him fooled big time. So he's quickly behind on the count. What I started to say a minute ago was whether it's a high school, college, pro, whatever, you've got, as a pitcher, got to be ahead on the count. It makes it so much easier for you. That one was a little high. But when you have 2 strikes and no balls, or 2 and 1, or 1 ball and 2 strikes, you got the hitter on his heels.
Yeah.
And that's where
the
you got
pressure's on him.
Well, you can waste pitches, you can throw strange stuff. This one is hit out of play to the left side, and it's just short of the area where is that little Danny Mitchell? Not little Danny. What's Danny Mitchell's son's name?
Matthew.
Is that him? Yeah, that's him over there.
You know, he's always somewhere. They're trying to catch him. That guy will never catch him.
He's going to be an athlete. There's no question about that. Oops. Boy, that was a real that one really fooled the batter. He bailed out, and that ball just barely missed being a strike. Williams throwing some junk up there. 2-2. Hit to the left side. Shortstop up with the ball easily, and over to first in time for the second out. So 2 up and 2 down, and Chris Hamilton, who flied out to left field his first time at bat, will step to the plate. Crabbers no runs on 2 hits. Kecoughtan 1 run on 3.
Chris is a senior, 5'9", 165.
Takes the first pitch for a strike on the corner. Both pitchers wasting no time between pitches. This one's a little low. 1-1 the count. See that last play, closer than you might have expected. Good speed on that last play by Vasquez. He gets down the first base path pretty quickly. Ball 2 just missed the corner. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs here in the Crabber half of the 4th inning. That one's changed up and hit lazily to the shortstop for an easy grab.
He didn't have to do much, but just stand there and stick his glove up.
Out number 3, so the Crabbers go quietly
into the night.
3 up and 3 down, and we've played 4 complete now, and our score remains Kecoughtan 1 and Hampton nothing. Zooms with 6 convenient locations has your next meal. One takes, Mondays are tough at our house, so it's just tough day, So I stopped by Zooms and get a fresh fried chicken.
Yeah, get the whole chicken.
Bring it home. Oh man, that's good.
Get some
it's
potato
cooked right
wedges.
Potato wedges right on the premises, cooked right there. Chicken, pizza if you want pizza. They've got all kinds of stuff. They've got all kinds of soft drinks. They've got sandwiches, subs, Beantown coffee, Krispy Kreme donuts, and premium Citgo gasoline. Zooms, a great friend of Channel 46. We really appreciate David Allen and the fine folks at Zooms for their support of our coverage of high school sports. All right, leading off in there you see the flag out in center field blowing pretty briskly from right to left.
Blow Braxton off of that.
Yeah, Braxton's out there, got his seatbelt on to keep him from being blown off of the top of the truck out there. So I started to say the top of the 5th will find the scheduled batters are Mark Mahaffey, Ben Allen, and Zach Routon. And you can hear some of that wind in our microphones. Diaz continues on the mound as both pitchers have just excelled this afternoon. They've both looked really sharp. A total of 5 hits between the 2 teams over 4 complete innings. So batting left-handed, Mahaffey takes the first pitch down a pipe.
Tim, I didn't mean to interrupt you. He's batting .462 coming into today's game. 13 at-bats.
Low for a ball, 1-1. Mahaffey scored the only run of the ball game. Just a little low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mahaffey 1 for 1 this afternoon, singled and scored on the RBI single by Jacob DiCarlo, and he hits it a ton right up the middle. That'll be a base hit and a nice stop, holding him to a long single.
That looked like it was going to be extra bases all along, didn't it?
Vasquez, with speed kills. I mean, just Vasquez was there, made that stop, and held Mahaffey to a single, and that could have easily been 2. Good job, good fielding. Won't show up in the scorebook, but watch the replay here. You're going to see just an excellent job of holding him to 1 base.
Ben Allen up. Ben is batting .250.
Wears around a bunt and fouls it back out of play.
Ben's got 5 RBIs on the season.
And the Warriors would like to make that 6.
Hey, you like to get a little insurance, Ryan.
Or 7 if he can hit the big one. The wind is really whipping around. It's still going from right to left. Diaz throws and it's just outside. 1-1 account. Warriors 1-0, and they are in a situation here to add to that if they can move the base runner. Mahaffey takes his lead at first, not a long lead. And outside. Nobody out here in the top half of the 5th. Scheduled for 7. And a little low. So Viaz now close to first time all day he's even flirted with a walk.
Well, I don't think either one of these pitchers. We've had one other time. I think it was 3-2.
Yep.
But while Williams was pitching.
And that took care of that because Ben Allen does work him for a base on balls. So that'll bring up the number 9 batter, Zach Roughton. Zach flied out to center field his first time up. And on deck is Jacob DiCarlo, the top of the order. The Warriors with a real threat here with nobody out and runners at first and second. Diaz delivers, bunted right side. Throw over to third is in time. Nice play to get the advanced runner. Beautiful play.
Nice job by the catcher.
Yep. Roughton reaches on a fielder's choice. But that was an excellent play. I mean, that was no time for error there. You had to field that cleanly and throw it quickly, and Avery did a good job.
He did that. I mean, that was right on the money.
Was it Avery or the pitcher? It was,
no, it was Avery, catcher.
So
great job.
So getting that advanced runner is real important. Now you have runners at first and second with one out. And DiCarlo, the batter. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Change up, call strike.
DiCarlo batting .277. Tim drove in the only run of the inning. I mean, of the game.
Second baseman cheats over to second, trying to get the runner to worry about him. Diaz throws to second for 1 and over to first in time for the double play. That's one good way to
get him out of the inning.
Well, Diaz didn't hurt himself. The pitcher, with his good fielding, turned around, threw to second. Double play. All right, we're going to return for the conclusion of today's ball game from Hampton High School right after this brief timeout.
For those who just kind of tuned in, there was a ball stuck in the screen, and Mick threw a bat at it. Now the bat's caught it.
That's too funny. A ball had fouled back into the screen behind home plate, and
I think the umpire has to climb up.
You couldn't do it. If I gave you $1,000, you couldn't do it if you stood out here all day. But a bat. Now the ball's down, but now there's a bat stuck up on the screen. That's too funny. All right, for the Hampton. Get my scoring tabulations here up to date. So leading off for the Crabbers will be David Hunt, and scheduled up after him will be Brandon Jackson and the number 9 batter Chris Boyd, as the Crabbers in the bottom half of the 5th down 1-0.
David Hunt, Tim, sophomore, 6'1", 215.
Big boy. Takes the first pitch for a call strike.
Batting .235 coming in today's contest.
David was the reason for a controversial out in the second inning. We'll get back to that in a minute in case you join us late as he takes the second pitch for a ball. He hit the ball kind of a chopper, and while running down the first baseline, the catcher threw and hit him, and he was ruled to be outside the base path, and causing interference was called out, and it brought a brief argument, but a good call, as umpire Makula was kind enough to tell us the ruling on it. There's the double play from the inning earlier. Wanted to show you how the Crabbers turned the double play. And looking for the strike 3 call, Hunt.
See, Tim, baseball is the only game in which the defense put the ball in play. In fact, if an offensive player touches the ball in baseball, he's out, even if it's unintentional.
That's right. I'll give you some more of that, but Brandon Jackson is our batter with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Williams with a changeup.
Brandon is batting .267.
Yeah, there's some strange things.
I'm looking at a lot of sophomores and freshmen on his Crabber team this year.
One of the, you've talked about it before over the years. I guess we've talked about everything, but the Bob Newhart thing on trying to sell baseball. Have you ever heard that? You know,
No,
Bob
I haven't
Newhart
heard that one. The one I do is the George Carlin one, yeah.
Yeah. Bob Newhart did the thing where he used to do the telephone thing, and he said, well, yeah, I've got this new game I've invented, and he was talking about it and trying to describe baseball and not knowing what baseball is one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
You have to watch it. You have to see it.
Ball hit sharply to the shortstop. And nice job by the first baseman for the Warriors, Mahaffey, to make the grab. So 2 up and 2 down for the Crabbers. Sorry, man.
Chris Boyd up to him batting 133.
Here's a replay, by the way.
Freshman, Tim. 6'1", 195 freshman. I don't know if he's 195. That might be stretching it a wee bit.
Yeah, more like 165. In any event, Mr. Boyd was a ground out to the first baseman unassisted.
Maybe that's one of those, I hope I'm 195.
This one hit foul down the first base line. Two outs here in the bottom half of the Hampton fifth as they trail 1-0.
Here goes my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Here in the background.
Low. 2 balls and 1 strike to the batter. Nobody on here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 down. Boyd can keep the inning alive. It'll bring up the top of the order. Ball 3. Hampton 3-3 on the season. Kecoughtan 4-1, suffering their very first defeat of the year yesterday at the hands of Woodside. Williams delivers and just caught the inside corner.
Chris was going down to first.
Well, some of the Hampton faithful over here were not agreeing with that call. And that one looked to be right there and is called a ball. So Boyd reaches on base on balls, and that'll bring him to the top of the order. Mark Thompson, who is 0 for 2, having struck out both times.
Come in batting 250. Mark, a sophomore. A lot of underclassmen on this Crabber team.
That was in the dirt. Chance for a play at second, but not in time, as I'm going to say that was a wild pitch.
Yep, I think the official score agrees with you.
So the Crabbers get a runner in scoring position now, and then they're going to have a quick conference as Mike Harper is going to come on out and make sure everybody's on the same page. Here's going to get a chance to watch some. We're going to have some replay here, Scotty. Is that what you said? Oh, the wild pitch. Okay. The sun coming in and out. Every now and then we can see a little of on our monitor here, but not much. The red uniforms show up pretty nicely.
Just want to remind the viewers that WHCS Channel 46 presents the school board meetings live on the first and third Wednesday of each month, and that starts at 7:30. So tune in and be informed of what's happening in the Hampton school system.
All right, let's reset it for you now. We've got the runner Boyd on second as he got down there after the wild pitch. And this one's hit foul out of play right at Susan.
Oh, Scotty,
Susan.
Did you hear that?
Susan almost got hit in the leg.
I almost got caught in the top of the truck. She could have picked it up after, but you're right. It was headed right for her.
Found the truck. 1-1. Change up. Ball 2. Crabbers desperately trying to tie this one up as they trail 1-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Mike Williams has pitched a really good ball game. He's just allowed 2 Hampton Crabbers to hit the ball. Thompson hits this one high but playable to center field for out number 3. So he got the metal to the ball, but not
where he wanted it to
no,
go.
He hit it right to the center fielder for out number 3, and the Crabbers get a base runner, but can't capitalize as we watch the replay of the 3rd out. And we've played 5 complete, and it's still Kecoughtan 1 and Hampton nothing. Hampton with just 2 hits through 5 innings. Mike Williams doing a great job. It's hard to, when you're picking a player of the game in contests like this, it's hard not to give it to the pitchers because you've got such dominance by both of the pitchers today. I mean, the Warriors have 4 hits, and that's just been scattered. You know, anytime you average less than 1 hit per inning, you're doing just fine, thank you. Mr. Diaz will be facing John Rayner, Randy Morris, and Eric Shirley. Those are the scheduled batters here in the top of the 6th. And now the temperature has dropped it down enough where I'm about to ask you to borrow your jacket there.
Guess what?
No, forget
I've got it on.
I see you do. I'm gonna put it around my bare legs. Temperature has definitely dropped a good 10 degrees since we started. All right, warm-ups are completed. John Rayner will come to the plate. He is 1 for 2 this afternoon. Grounded out in the 1st and singled in the 3rd.
Shortstop, he's a senior. Batting 211, Tim. Coming in today's contest, has had 1 hit, hasn't he? I believe he's had 1 hit.
1 for 2. He hits this one off the end of the bat, and Diaz will make this one unassisted as he'll just go over there. And
you know, that's tough to that little toss while you're running.
Yeah.
When you're not used to doing that. You're used to throwing from a stretcher or something like that. But when you're running towards the base, I think that was probably a smart move.
So 1 down, and Randy Morris is the batter. This one's
Randy's
low
got a GPA at 3.67, batting 400.
First pitch is a ball in the dirt. Low ball 2. Warriors would love to add some runs for insurance purposes. This one's hit to the right fielder, and he backs up, circles underneath it, and makes it for out number 2. It's an easy play for Brandon Jackson in right field, and it brings up third baseman Eric Shirley.
Eric Shirley, a senior on this roster, GPA 297, batting .666 coming in, and dropped a little bit.
He puts this one in play, but it's going to be playable for the shortstop, drifting over for out number 3. So the Crabbers defense does a good job. 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 6th. They need a run. That's their problem right now, as they will be sending to the plate in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
What do we have, about four or five pitches that inning?
I mean, that was about as brief an inning as you can have, as Diaz barely got out to the mound before he was headed for the dugout. Now, the Crabbers will be sending up their number 2, 3, and 4 batters in the bottom of the 6th inning as time is running out for them. Again, I remind everybody watching, if you're not familiar, that high school ball is a 7-inning game. Of course, extra innings are possible with a 1-0 game like this. The Crabbers need to manufacture a run here. They've been really unable to do anything against Mike Williams this afternoon. Just 2 hits on the afternoon. But that will they'll have their best opportunity here with Chris Avery, Diaz, and Cutler, the scheduled batters here in the bottom of the 6th. Kind of a Jekyll and Hyde weather day here. 1 minute
Oh,
is just comfortable as can be, and the next minute you wish you had your long johns on. So Avery, who is 0 for 2, did reach on an error. He was one of the 3 base runners actually 4 base runners. They've had 2 hits, an error, and a base on balls. Just 1 walk issued by each pitcher this afternoon, as they've had real good control, and the first pitch is outside for a ball.
Well, this young man will be receiving the Zooms Academic Award for the Hampton Crabber baseball team.
And the dirt ball, too. So the first sign of any inconsistency on the part of Mike Williams here. He's behind on the count. Leadoff batter in the 6th. Crabbers love nothing better than to get some runs here. All 3 high. Danny Mitchell giving the signals down at third base.
I think he might be taken.
I would be amazed if he wasn't. Got to get a runner. Crabbers need to put someone on the bases. And he takes the automatic. Good pitch by Williams. He figured he was taken and threw him meat down the middle, but
he gave him a. And you know, as a batter, you see that big one coming down there, one you know you could hit.
You know, if
the coach says take, you take.
Trust me, he'd swung at that ball no matter if it hit a home run. He still would have been in.
He'd been in the doghouse, wouldn't he?
He would have been one of those no, yes type of things. But so he swung at the next one. It's full count now. So Williams, after falling behind 3-0, runs it full. Change up, and way ahead of the pitch was Avery. Fouled it out of play.
And we do again want to congratulate the Hampton High School girls basketball team.
Glad you said that. I've been meaning to do that.
Man, I tell you, what a nice run they had. Coach David Six and the young ladies winning the state championship.
So just to catch up on what just happened, the pitch was called a ball. A half swing was made by the batter. Umpire McCullough said it was a ball, but he appealed to the first base umpire, who ruled that he went around enough for it to be a swinging strike. And we have our second mini controversy of the ball.
Well, and Danny didn't waste any time getting over there, because he sure thought that was runner. But that was a good call by the catchers, and you know, let's appeal that to the base umpire.
Very difficult. You know, when you're
that's
behind
almost
the plate,
as bad as the charge block foul, right?
Yes, it is. It really is. The plate umpire has a real tough time making that call, because it's so difficult to tell. And you see it in the majors all the time. They appeal down to third or first base umpire, whichever the case might be. So instead of a base runner, the Crabbers have 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, and Diaz, the pitcher, is up. He is 1 for 2, doubled in the first inning, flied out in the 3rd.
Well, he's increased his average a little bit from 471, but now we got a fly ball in the right.
High to right fielder, easy grab for out number 2. So the Crabbers running out of outs here. We'll send Nolan Cutler, the shortstop, to the plate. He is 0 for 2. He's due.
There you see the replay of the out.
Wind is still going from right to left, so it would certainly favor a right-handed batter. Change up, strike. Quickly ahead on the count. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs, no one on for the Crabbers as they trail 1-0. Mike Williams, the big left-hander, delivers. And that one's right there. 2 identical pitches, both of them change-ups, both of them right down the pipe. So now Williams has a pitch or 2 he can waste. Should Cutler get on base, Vasquez is scheduled up. He's just inside. From heat that time.
There definitely wasn't a change up that time.
No change up on that.
We will have to be thinking about our players of the game, Tim. I'm going to rely on you. You got all the statistics over there.
This one hit to the right side. Second baseman is there. And over to first for an easy out as the Crabbers go in order. And the Crabbers now will have to hold the Warriors and hope for some bottom of the seventh help here as we've completed 6 and we're 1-0. Kecoughtan, a pitcher's duel.
Well, the Hampton pitcher.
Let's get a chance to watch that last play.
Right, I just want to say about Justin. Tim's got an ERA of .63 coming into today's inning. Has pitched 22 1/3 innings. So he is no doubt the #1 pitcher for the Crabbers. The other 2 pitchers who have pitched, Mark Thompson and Fernando Vasquez, are the only other 2 who's pitched. So, you know, if you pitch 22 innings and the next closest guy has 10 innings, you know, you the man when it comes to being on the mound.
Well, he's looked great. I mean, he's only given up 4 hits. 1 walk and 4 hits. 3, 4, 5.
Both these pitchers
5
have done well,
strikeouts,
haven't they?
Yeah, they've had excellent control. 5 strikeouts.
Both have had innings where they haven't pitched many balls.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each pitcher has 5 Ks in the ballgame. All right, top of the 7th. Due up for the Warriors will be the catcher Jenkins, Sean Rowe, and Mark Mahaffey.
David is just a sophomore. Good catcher. Doing a good job for the Warriors. Has a 3.0 GPA, batting .471 coming in today's contest.
Hits the ball sharply to the shortstop. Long throw, almost pulled the first baseman off, but nice stretch to make the stop for the first out.
That was David Hunt, and Tim, he's just a sophomore, 6'1", but he used all of his 6'1" to get that reach for that ball.
Yeah. Cutler kind of threw it a little wide.
See the replay of it.
Here's your replay, and just got it. All right.
Sean Rowe up.
Rowe is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Struck out and flied out.
Young man will be receiving the Zooms Academic Award in one of the school board meetings after the season's over.
He pops this one up. This is going to be very close to getting out of play. It will, in fact. No.
His wind blew that back in.
Wow.
Tim, that looked like it was on one side and kind of drifted back.
Well, I thought it was going to hit the top of the dugout, and it stayed fair, or inside the fence, I should say. Not fair. It was in foul territory, and a nice grab by first base.
Remember seeing the flag earlier.
Yeah.
That wind is
just enough to keep it in.
Keep that ball in the area where he could catch it.
So this brings up Mahaffey, Mark Mahaffey, first baseman. He has 2 hits this afternoon. He's got 2 of the 4, so he'd certainly be a candidate for a player of the game award.
Batting .462 coming in today's contest.
Has not hurt his average.
No, and he's just a junior.
He has scored the only run of the ball game. Swing and a miss. The ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Crabbers desperately needing to hold the Warriors from any further runs. Diaz is just outside. 2-2. Ben Allen is the on-deck batter should Mahaffey keep it alive. Ball 3, so the count is run full. That wind is whipping out there in center field.
Yes, it is.
Swing, miss, foul tip, held onto, and out number 3, strikeout number 6 for Diaz as through no lack of his effort, his team now will need to rally in the bottom of the 7th. Just 4 hits by Viaz, allowing 1 run. And quite frankly, Bob, unless there's a big explosion in the bottom of the set, I don't want to give it the player of the game yet, but because you might have a hero in the bottom of the 7th.
Yes, that's true.
You never do know about those things. That's why they play all 7 innings. But I would say that I would be pretty easy to say that Mike Williams is going to be my choice for the Kecoughtan player of the game. He has just been outstanding. Pitching, he's allowed 2 hits through 6. 1 walk. 5 strikeouts. Just been overpowering. He's just totally shut down the Crabbers. But my desire for a quick conclusion of this game has nothing to do with my leanings to one team or the other. It's chilly out here.
Tim, it's only been an hour and 18 minutes.
I'm telling you, it's been
started this game.
Been a quick game. Now we've done it. We'll be here in the bottom of the 12th now. We'll be here and looking for lights. The old announcer. There's see that flag out in center field. I understand Braxton is seat belted to that flagpole. First pitch is a changeup just outside.
We got the 6th, 7th, and 8th batter coming up, right?
We do. No, we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th, 6th, and 7th.
5th, 6th, and 7th.
Vasquez, Hamilton, and Hunt. So quickly, Vasquez, 2 balls and no strikes. So Williams, big left-hander, behind on the count. This one hit sharply down to first, took a hop and went right past the first baseman. That'll be a base hit, and Vasquez hustles to second, trying to get in there, and he will reach second safely with a leadoff double, and the Crabbers are alive.
Well, that ball took a hop, went right over the top.
Nasty hop. That was absolutely no way that the first baseman was going to make that grab unless he just made a lucky grab of it. Sharply down to first. Watch this. Just see the end result of it. The throw into second, not in time. And now Vasquez comes over for a quick conversation with Danny Mitchell.
Well, they do have a player in scoring position, and
we've done it.
We've
done it now, Bob. Quick game. I told you this will be a 1-1 game in the 7th or the 12th inning, and we'll still be freezing.
Oh, well, I'm not so cold.
You got shorts? Hey, you got shorts.
Yeah, I got shorts on. Underneath the table I am.
All right. Chris Hamilton, 0 for 2. Crabbers swing and a miss. The Crabbers want to get that man to third. They don't care how they do it. Hamilton not bunting, however. One might have thought he might want to.
I would think he'd try to get him to third.
And he did show bunt that time, but
well, remember, wasn't he up one other time when he tried to bunt, and then on the second he swung, and I think he's just trying to fool everybody.
1-1 to count. Nobody out. Crabbers with a runner on second. Quick throw down to second. Back easily is Vasquez. I tell you, if you're going to have someone on the base paths, Vasquez has got good speed.
Yes,
we saw that earlier. So if you're Danny Mitchell, you got to be happy that that's the man you've got on second base. 1-1. Hamilton shows bunt. Ball is in the dirt, but not away from Avery. Good job by the catcher,
David Jenkins.
Jenkins, to keep that ball in front of him. Never
knock it down. Well, he not only knocked it down, but he had his eye looking for the runner too, see what the runner was doing.
Did a good job of making sure that runner does not advance. Strike called. Evens the count at 2-2. You joined us late. You've missed a good one. This has been a very well played game. Just one error, just a couple of walks. That one's outside, ball 3 of it. Nope, they say no. They appeal to see if he did in fact square around, so the count runs full. We've got just a pair of walks, one error, a lot of great hitting. Pitching rather.
I'm very impressed with both pitchers.
Now the fielding's been excellent too. This one is bunted perfectly to advance the runner. Has no play but to first and got him. No, they say he's safe. He's tripped up and time is called. Kind of vaulted over the first baseman. And Vasquez seems to be shaken up at third. He must have hurt himself sliding into third base.
I think he did.
Yeah, he hurt his right leg, it appears, as he is writhing in pain down at third base.
Well, Mike Williams took a quick look to see if he could get him at third and knew they couldn't, and showed a lot of speed by the base runner going down to first.
Vasquez is just really having a hard time. It's his left leg that he's favoring, and he's just trying to shake it off. But boy, hopefully he'll be all right. Trying to walk it off, and he is definitely favoring. It looks like he's favoring his left leg.
Yeah.
But in any event, the Crabbers have runners at the corners. Haven't had a chance to say that all day, Bob.
Yeah. It's not happened all day.
Nope. Hamilton with a perfect bunt. That bunt was just
and it was on a changeup, which made it a little easier to bunt too. You watch it on the replay.
And I'm glad to say that Vasquez now appears to be okay as he is jogging down the third baseline and starting to walk it off. So that's real good news for not only his team, but for himself as well, as he's played a real fine. Might have been a cramp. Good. But just, you know, sometimes it's kind of a damp and cool afternoon on times. But Vasquez looks like he's going to stay in the ball game. So the Crabbers have something going here. They've got nobody out and runners at first and third. David Hunt will come to the plate. Interesting play at first. The runner literally was tripped over the first baseman, just on a somersault.
Yeah. We got Eric Shirley warming up for the
Yep, going to have a pitching change.
Warriors. Let's see what I've got on him. Shirley has got a. Let's see. He is. He hasn't pitched this year, according to these statistics.
All I can say is thank you, Lord. The sun just came out and the temperature just went back up a few degrees. Thank you, sir, Mr. McCullough.
Mick, have you got the bat down yet? Oh, no, it's still there.
Still there. So we do have a pitching change. Mike Williams, who's just been overpowering throughout the game. But Eric Shirley will come on in relief. Got a couple of changes.
We'll pick up the other ones.
So we've got a momentary delay in the game here as Eric Shirley has completed his warm-up pitches. Vasquez apparently is okay.
We got Ben Allen is down on third now, number 15.
Yeah, Allen moved to third. So now Eric Shirley, who has come into warm-up, is going over to the dugout for some reason. Get a new glove, it looks like. All right, so we are set as the Crabbers now down 1-0 in the bottom of the seventh. That's the seventh and final regular scheduled inning.
Got David Hunt coming up, just sophomore.
The Crabbers with nobody out. Got a great opportunity here to tie the ball game. Infield ground out, will do it. Infield is in, protecting. Swing and a miss. Big heat by Eric Shirley.
I think he's going to bring some heat.
That one had a lot of mustard on it.
A little high. I think Danny was going to talk to him about the
Danny's going to talk to him about something that Eric Shirley has done on the mound, I believe. He's talking about his foot on the rubber, or I'm not sure exactly. Is this protection that he has on his right leg? He's got some kind of shin guard.
Yeah, it's like an ankle brace.
Or is it his glove? Now they're looking at his glove. I'm not sure what the question is.
Well,
he has a black glove and there's a white spot on the outside of it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is about. I won't even try and speculate. But he's got some shoelaces that he needs to have tied on that brace. Yep. He's got the brace that we were talking about.
if he puts a white sock on the other shoe, would he be okay, I guess?
I guess you have some consistency. I guess if you think about it. Now, which leg is that? That's his right leg, but he's a right-hander, so that would not be his kick leg.
Oh, he changed gloves.
Changed gloves. He had a glove and changed it one time, so now he's showing it to.
He said, "Coach, is that okay?"
Little gamesmanship going on here. Now he wants to go over and make sure Danny says, "Is this all right?" Now, umpire Mikula says, "We don't need any further discussion on this. Let's play ball."
Well, not without a little controversy.
A little gamesmanship going on here, and I kind of enjoy that. All right, so if we can get back to the game at hand here, the count is 0-1 to the batter. That is David Hunt. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Eric Shirley in relief. Checks the runner at third. And this one is fouled out of play. And you and I got a...
I think you got more than I got.
Whoa! You got dirt from the screen when the foul ball hit up there.
Well, see, I didn't feel that.
Because you have
Because I got hair.
Never miss a chance, do you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tim.
God's little trick. Ball is outside. The throw down to second was cut off, and of course the Crabbers hoping for a bad throw, which would allow the runner on third to come home. But the throw down to second was right on target, cut off by the second baseman.
He may have got him down there.
If he hadn't cut it off, he might have.
Yeah.
But they had to cut it off for the fear that that if they went to a tag and so forth, that the runner might advance from third. That one is close to the strike zone, but apparently was off the mark. 2-2. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Fouled out of play. So things getting a little more exciting here as the Crabbers down 1-0 here in the bottom half of the seventh and final regular inning. You had to say the game was going quickly.
I just followed your clue.
In the dirt. Count is full. Extra base hit, and this game is over with. Mike Williams, by the way, in six complete innings, did not register an out. Just gave up 2 hits. And the pitch is ball 4, loading the bases. With nobody out.
Brandon Jackson, sophomore. What's Brandon doing?
Brandon on the afternoon is 0 for 2.
Well, he's batting .267 coming in today. He hadn't had any RBI, so I know he'd like to do something there. We got a runner, number 9, Byron Baker, just a freshman, Tim.
So the Crabbers got them loaded up. Nobody out. Strike call. Crabbers didn't have more than one base runner in the entire first 6 innings. It had a walk and 2 hits. Scattered. Strike call. Nice looking pitch by Eric Shirley.
Well, he got ahead of the batter real quick.
So important. And that's strike 3 called, as Jackson didn't think so, but
Chris Boyd coming up. Freshman playing third base.
so the bottom of the order, Chris Boyd, who grounded out and reached on a base on balls. He is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Kecoughtan trying to shut him down here, leading by just 1 run.
The Warriors are looking for a double.
That's a double play you're talking about. Call strike. Evens it up at 1. And 1. With 1 out. This one hit weakly back to the pitcher. Play at home easily down to first. Did they get him? Yes, double play to end the ball game.
Whoa.
What a job to end the ball game.
And what a nice throw by the catcher, Jenkins, to get, because that was a lob from the pitcher. I mean, that wasn't a quick ball coming in, so he really didn't, maybe an extra fraction of a second there, but great throw by David Jenkins. Okay, who we got as our players of the game, Tim?
I'll tell you, tough now. And by the way, I wanted to mention that 7th inning brought to you in part by Parklawn Wood Funeral Home, where your director is Nancy State.
Nancy State.
Yeah. No, just a super ball game. Geez, that was tough because you got to almost go with Jenkins on that super play down to first, but Williams pitched a great game for 6 innings. You can't take it away from him. That's a tough call. I'm going to have to say, boy, why me? What do you think?
Well,
I got to go with Mike Williams. Mike Williams just kept Kecoughtan in the ball game the whole time, and the other pitcher, Viaz, I think he did a super ball game as well.
Well, honorable mention got to go to the catcher, David Jenkins. Did just an outstanding job.
Give him an honorable mention, and quite frankly, this is our first baseball game of the year. It was as well played a high school game as I've seen in a long time. Both of these teams just played outstanding this afternoon.
Well, again, we want to thank Engraving Inc. and Islander Sporting Goods for allowing us to recognize a player of the game from each one of these 2 teams today. Justin Viaz and Mike Williams, congratulations to those 2 young men.
So the Warriors, with some 7th inning heroics and an excellent job in relief by Eric Shirley. He just came in with 2 men on, ended up loading the bases up, and then, to prevent no runs, bases loaded, nobody out. Just an outstanding defensive effort by the Warriors to win the ball game 1-0 in 7 innings. Couldn't have asked for a better ball game.
No, we couldn't have.
Want to thank our sponsors again, Zooms, with 6 convenient Peninsula locations, and the game brought to you in part by Parklawn Wood Funeral Home. The final score again is Kecoughtan 1 and Hampton 0. For Bob Hintz and the entire Channel 46 crew, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon, everybody.